I'm back. I need to fix the lighting on my phone, or maybe I just need to put on my glasses, right? Let me put on my glasses. I'm back. I hope I didn't break them. I heard a crunch earlier. Okay, I didn't break them. Okay, this is part two. I didn't do the description yet, but this is part two or continuation of when I was doing the THALA build. Now, once again, the reason why I'm revisiting alpha thalassemia blood is because that is one of my genetic markers. Um, Alpha, most of you know what alpha, the breakdown of alpha, but I'm going to go over that. And then the thalassemia, the thalassa blood is Mediterranean sea blood. And it's able to be traced back to ancient days, that genetic marker. But based on my research that I've been doing since 2010, when I was first diagnosed with alpha thalassemia, um, I never had much confirmation or um, the way that I connected it to the Bible up until artificial intelligence has been able to help me, which is CHIPS.ACT. And when I was in Sunday school this week, I mentioned it in connection to the Thessalonians just because of the root word THALA. And one of the pastor's wives mentioned that she has alpha thalassemia. And if you go back to my live on Sunday, you'll be able to hear more detail about that dialogue between her and I. It went no further than Sunday school, but I left off saying we are related. I left off saying we are related. Okay, so here I'm going to go ahead and continue with the THALA, the breakdown of THALA, the root word of THALA. And the first word that came to my mind besides the blood, again, I've done extensive research as far as I could on information that was here before I got here, before I entered this world, and historical facts. I already knew about the thalamus. So the thalamus, which is a part of the brain system. King Perry Ellis. Perry Ellis smelled good, and that King L is greater light. So I asked Bing or Chat PT, what is the etymology of thalamus? The word thalamus has an interesting etymology. Let's explore its origins. The term thalamus comes from the modern Latin word thalamus, which was borrowed from the Latin word thalamus. The Latin word thalamus originally meant inner chamber or sleeping room. It was used figuratively to marriage or wedlock. Now, here are two things that came to mind as I read that sentence. Those who've been with me a while, I know Canna Dummy done heard me, and I got kind of, I think, picked at a little bit when I sang In the Upper Room by Mahalia Jackson. So there's the inner chamber or sleeping room. With me, my mind went to the upper room. In the upper room. And then marriage and wedlock comes to mind. What comes to mind is there's a ceremony happening October 7th. And it's happening the same time that my brother, who just transitioned by a heart attack in his sleep, he will be buried, his flesh will be buried the same day, October 7th. Now, I decided not too long ago, that's what made me rush out here to go ahead and continue with this live. So when I do my second live today, it's going to be on a different subject. Maybe a same connection, but a different subject. I decided to look at what in history or in religion is important about October 7th. And it told me that it's something to do with the feast. It's a feast day for Lady of Mercy. It's a day of feasting for Old Lady of Mercy. Now, anybody who's been with me a minute knows that I've talked about Old Lady of Mercy. That's where my son was buried. My son transitioned on 9/11, 2001, and his birth date is October 11th, 2001. But his resting place in Miami, you could go back to some of my lives, maybe as far as October last year, and you'll see some information, or even in my description. He is buried at Old Lady of Mercy. Is this a coincidence? All this is just happened to so happen. The wedding that's taking place when my brother is being buried, my brother, his name is Bennett Dwight Menace Jr. His father, Bennett Menace Sr., was honored by Queen Elizabeth with some medal, and I felt like the significance of that had nothing to do with what man believes. But when he is put down, this is Bennett Menace's first seed from his first marriage, which is my mother. When my brother is put into the resting place, there will be a wedding ceremony by another Bahamian and his wife, which they are already married. But they're having a ceremony, a wedding ceremony, on the same day. Hey, I don't know. It just seems so strategically ordered. And so I had a choice of going to see my brother's flesh, which is nothing but ashes. He's not in that body. So, and I don't go do funerals well. I do not need to remember him in that fleshly state being put into the ground, or to be here at this wedding ceremony. Can you guess, King Ellis, which one I chose? Okay. If I go stand over his flesh to say goodbye, that's me saying goodbye to a graven image that's turning into ashes, because he's not in that body. But if I stand here at this wedding ceremony, I feel like there's going to be some shift in the matrix. Let's use the term matrix. All right. So once again, the Latin word thalamus originally meant inner chamber or sleeping room. It was also used figuratively to refer to marriage or wedlock. The Latin word itself has roots in ancient Greek word thalamos, which also meant inner chamber, specifically bedroom. The Greek term is related to other words such as thalame, meaning den or lair, like a lion's den or a lion's lair. So now here at the Lion of Judah, that's on the wall where this wedding ceremony is going to take place, I put the picture of the Lion of Judah for you all to see a couple of weeks back. Tholos refers to a vaulted building. You know, I have a building that's not made by man. And then your body is a temple of God. My brother's body, his temple, is going to be put in the ground, but he is not in that body. Now, which vaulted building does tholos mean? I don't know. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to keep going because there's a lot of interesting facts between Chat PT4 and I on the THALA blood, or the thalassa meaning, or the THALA root word. In English, the term thalamus has two primary meanings. The neuroanatomy, it refers to either of two large ovoid structures or grays. Here's the gray matter within the forebrain that relay sensory impulses to the cerebral cortex. Now, when I just read that, my mind just transitioned or thought about or reflected on this October 4th signal that's supposed to be going on at 2:20 p.m. And you don't have to turn off your phones. And you can't run and hide, huh? You don't even worry about all that other stuff I said, because whatever's to be will be. It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to take place. And I'm supposed to take in whatever frequencies that all these phones and devices are going to send out. But that's where my mind just went when I read this. In neuroanatomy, it refers to either two large ovoid structures of gray matter within the forebrain that relay sensory impulses to the cerebral cortex. In botany, and y'all know what botany is. If you don't, botany is the study of plants and flowers and seeds. In botany, it denotes the reciprocal of a flower, also known as Taurus. Are we talking about the Taurus field?
Yeah.
Hey there.
How you doing?
All right, how y'all? You doing good?
Yeah.
All right. You're looking good.
You too.
All right.
Got it.
So y'all here today?
Oh, we'll be here tonight.
Tonight? All right. Y'all looking good. Rolling up looking good.
Oh, thank you.
Mama Odessa, how are you?
I'm blessed.
Blessed and highly flavored.
Yes,
Not flavored. Favored. You be flavoring it up though. All right.
I am. See you later.
Yes, ma'am. So in botany, it denotes the receptacle of a flower. Now, Red Squid X been putting all these flowers on the computer. He done did a whole array of um, artificially intelligent graphic arts that was all about flowers the other day. If you want to go over there and check it out. But the THALA in botany denotes the receptacle of a flower, also known as the torus, the Torus. Now, I don't want to say Taurus field and go any further than this, so I'm going to leave it right there. Additionally, it can be used more broadly to mean inner room or nuptial chamber, reflecting its original figurative related sense to marriage. Wow. Derived terms and related words. The word thalamus has given rise to several derived terms, like thalmium, epi, that has to do with skin, the epithalmium, thalmium. Let me say it one more time. Epithalmium, a bridal song often sung at weddings. Oh, well, I need to look that up. That sounded like something to do with skins. Huh? I'm just saying, if I look at the root words and all that I learned, but then epi could be epic. A bridal song often sung at weddings. Ophthalmos. Ophthalmos. And it's spelled O-P-H. There is that P-H again, the P-H balance. The P-H before the T-H. Ophthalmos. The Greek word for eye, possibly related to thalamus, given the sense of eye and eye socket. That's deep, man. All this about the THALA, huh? Prothalamyon, a poem or piece written to celebrate a marriage, coined by Edmund Spencer, based on epithalamyon. Wow. In summary, etymology of thalamus takes us through Latin and ancient Greek, revealing its connections to inner chambers, bedrooms, and marriage. It's fascinating how language preserves its historical layers and meanings. And then she put a sun, a green heart, and another sun. Thank you, chat, PT, Bing, AI. Okay, so then I asked her, explain the root word thala. And she said, certainly, with an exclamation point. The word thala, and she has it in bold with quotations, has interesting origins and is found in various cultures and languages. Let's explore its roots. Thala, she spells it Tala, is a female name with diverse origins. It can be found in several ethnic groups, each with its own meaning and background. Now, give me a second. I need to refer to Lazarus Lamel, the Messiah Code, right now, because what's ringing in my head right now is Tuwalu. Tuwalu is ringing in my head right now. Lazarus Lamel, the Messiah Code, and the Tuwalu Nation. Wow. Tala is a female name with diverse origins, and it can be found in several ethnic groups, each with its own meaning and background. Here are some of the meanings associated with the name Tala across different cultures: Arabic, Persian, and Philippine origins. Little palm tree, gold, star or bright star, or to tell a tale. So these are the meanings across these three cultures. A little palm tree. So the celebrations of the palms is dated back with the Thala. Gold is dated back with the Thala. The star or the bright star is dated back in different cultures with the Thala. And to tell a tale. Native American origin of the Thala. Here we go, because in front of the alpha, look, the moon is out and the sun is out right now. The sun is behind me in the east and the moon is in front of me in the west, directly above. I'm telling you, they are directly synchronized right now as I sit here on these grounds, facing each other, facing with one another with me in between. As a matter of fact, I could get up and record it right now. Let you see with your own eyes. Oh my goodness. We know the sun be out with the moon, but it's the positioning of where they are right now. Oh goodness. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's see if I could get an image of the moon. Can you see it? Oh, it looks so big from where I'm sitting, but the phone's showing it very small. Okay. Today, October 4th at 2:20. Will that moon still be right there, huh? The moon came from the east last night. I watched it come from the east to the west. And there's the sun. Can you see it? Wait. Oh, it's so bright you can barely see it. Look. Look. See? Look. And if I go across, they are in sync. That's tight work, ain't it? Look at that. Woo! So let me get back to my THALA reading. I just happened to look up and decide to get that view. Okay. Go on to my reading. Let me get back to the THALA. Did you appreciate that? I hope you appreciated that view. Do y'all have the same view? Anybody in the southeast region or the southern east? Anybody in the northern region? Do y'all have that same view? Is the sun and the moon directly across from one another right now? Huh? And you are in the center. I'm in the center. I am in between the sun and the moon, sitting directly in between it. All right, let me get back. The native origin or American origin, wolf, stalking wolf, or alpha, she-wolf, or wolf princess. I don't know nothing about no wolves. I know my eyes change colors and stuff, but I don't know nothing about no wolves. I don't know. But my blood does say that I have a target blood cell called the CodoCyte, and it's connected and it looks like a bullseye. And I've seen it with my own eyes when I purchased a microscope to look at the different shapes of my blood. I didn't just want to believe what they said just because they said it. I purchased a microscope just for that cause, to when I was studying what's inside of me and about my blood. So, yeah, the CodoCyte blood looks like a bullseye. It's shaped like a bullseye. So the Native American origin is wolf, stalking wolf, or alpha. That's what THALA means in Native America. In the Scandinavian origin, in Swedish, Norwegian, and Danish, and in Iceland, THALA has a variant of Old High Germanic, there's the germs, names. The Adahides. It predates the more commonly used variant THALA, which appears in high medieval ballads like the 14th century ballad Her Holger. I'm not going to dig that up. She has a pink one where I can press it, but I'm not going to press it. The Polynesian origin in Tagalog means bright star, and is also associated with the goddess of the morning star. I thought the morning star was associated with a male deity. I didn't know. Well, in Tagalog, in Polynesian, the bright star is associated with a goddess of the morning star. And the Romanish origin, the Finnish version of the name is spelled TAALA. The THALA variant. The name THALA is a variant of THALA, sharing its meaning. It can mean noble-natured, of noble type, or noble person. It also means born on Christmas Day. Other meanings related to stars, storytelling, and wolves. Wow. So they purposely put alpha in front of thalassemia, not because it's a first of its kind, but because it is connected to wolves. Oh, so when Christopher Columbus came to Old Bight, Bahamas, what they say San Salvador, but it was definitely Cat Island. And when he came over Cat Island and turned around and said he'd go somewhere else for a second because the people was coming out looking like dogs, what did he mean? That's how the story goes. That's a story I heard. It was a story. I didn't make it up. It was here before I got here. Huh? Notable people and fictional characters named THALA. So let's see some fictional characters. Do I want to go fictional? I don't want to go fictional right now, but I will just for the fun of it. THALA has been born by various individuals across different fields, including actresses, artists, politicians, and writers. Additionally, fictional characters named THALA appear in literature, comics, anime, manga series, films, and more. In summary, the name THALA and its variant THALA carries rich cultural significance and diverse meaning. Whether associated with stars, storytelling, or noble qualities, it continues to be embraced by people worldwide. I didn't know that because people worldwide act like they don't like me. But let me tell you something. God told me today, every time this guy passes me, he covers his face. And when I'm around him, he won't talk to me. So he'll pass by me. It's a homeless guy, and he'll cover his face. But then today, I noticed he didn't have his face covered in the coffee shop. So when he came around me, I said, why do you always cover your face? And when he realized it was me, he covered his face again. He said, because your face is bright. And they told me to not show us to you. I said, what? Okay, have a good day. I promise I'm not exaggerating. I'm not making it up, and I'm not lying. I should have recorded it. Okay, explain thalassemia. Certainly, thalassemia is an inherited blood disorder that affects the production of hemoglobin, a crucial protein found in red blood cells. Let me provide more details. Now, this is information that I have done and covered before. Okay? Thalassemia occurs when the body doesn't produce enough hemoglobin or produces abnormal hemoglobin. Hemoglobin carries oxygen from the lungs to all cells in the body. When there's insufficient hemoglobin, the red blood cells do not function properly, leading to various symptoms. Now, not only do I have alpha thalassemia blood, I also have the sickle cell trait. But I'm going to continue. Listen to this. Alpha thalassemia, in alpha thalassemia, there's a deficiency in alpha hemoglobin chains. The severity depends on a number of mutated genes inherited. No symptom carrier status, so there's people who don't have any symptoms. There's mild symptoms, which is the alpha thalassemia trait. And there's moderate to severe symptoms of more mutated genes, which I'm in the moderate. And there's rarely 4 mutated genes resulted in stillbirth or severe complications. I come in between these two right here. Beta thalassemia. In beta thalassemia, there's a deficiency in beta hemoglobin chains. Mild symptoms, thalassemia minor or beta thalassemia trait. Moderate to severe symptoms, thalassemia major or Cooley anemia. Babies born with 2 defective beta hemoglobin genes may develop symptoms within the first 2 years of life. And then a mild form called thalassemia or intermedia can also occur. Symptoms of thalassemia: pale or yellowish skin, facial bone deformities, fatigue due to anemia, shortness of breath, and weakness. Causes and inheritance: thalassemia results from mutations in the DNA of cells responsible for making hemoglobin. Are passed from parents to children. Hemoglobin consists of alpha and beta chain mutations affect either part. Treatment options: blood transfusion. Regular transfusions replace red blood cells, and I have to get those. But I've been doing natural things and sometimes trying to go as far as I could go until my blood replenishes versus getting the blood transfusions. And iron chelation therapy, which the last iron infusion I had when I was at the cancer center, they was giving me this new iron that looked like blood. And it made me so sick that was my last trip. I was supposed to go back every week for a few months, and I decided I wasn't going to take it. So that was 2021. And then that same year, uh, Lazarus Lamel offered to give me his blood. But through thought, frequency, vibration, and as much positivity as I can try to keep within this flesh that's weak, I haven't had to have the blood transfusion. And then stem cell transplant for severe cases. Prevention and management. Thalassemia is treatable but not preventable since it's inherited. Lifestyle measures include healthy diet, avoiding iron-rich foods. See there, I told people I'm allergic to iron and they don't believe me. When I tell people, well, I'm anemic, and they be like, you need to eat this high in iron, and I said, but I'm allergic to iron. They don't believe me. I have to get iron infusions because I love iron-rich foods, but if I eat too much, they bind me, and then they make what's in me toxic. So here, lifestyle measures include healthy diet, avoiding iron-rich foods, and regular exercise. Remember that early diagnosis and proper management are essential for individuals with thalassemia. If you suspect any symptoms, consult a healthcare provider for evaluation. Now, I'm going to come back in a minute because I had a phone call come through, and I'm pretty sure it is my grandmother. It looked like a call from my grandmother. So I will come back in a couple of minutes, and that'll be part 3 to this THALA research. Thank you, King Ellis, for tuning in. And did you go outside? Did you look? Is the moon and the sun facing each other right now? And are you able to stand in the middle of the moon and the sun and go across the sky on this day, October 4th, when they are supposed to send out whatever frequency that they're sending out at 220? No? Yes? Maybe so? I'll be back. Greater light.